Hello everyone, how's it going today? Welcome back to more Lego building. We are continuing on with our Notre Dame build. We're on bag number 7. So let's go ahead and get back to it. How is everyone doing today? Happy Friday! Yay, Friday. So, fun thing that they're coming out with this year is these tile slopes. Right now we have 1x1 and 1x2 varieties. They're going to have 1x4, and they're also going to have 1x1 concave and convex corners, which is pretty exciting. Kind of surprised that they haven't done any inverted ones yet. Kind of surprised. So let's see what we got. We got more shorty bricks, and I just realized that some of my lights are incorrect. There we go. Alright, that's better. I forgot to set my light to the proper tone. It always comes on at a certain warmth, and I like it a little bit colder than that. Slipped and fell and landed on your right side. Oh, I'm sorry, Bahamut. I hope it's just a bruise. Nothing worse. Alright, let's see. So we got back 2 studs there. Go ahead and get these roof elements on. So 3, alright. So now we go over here. When I was a kid, I slipped and fell, and my tailbone hurt for years after it occasionally. Which probably means that I broke it. Alright, so we got the slopes in there. 2 1x1s. I think it was like 9 or 10, slipped on some ice. I was gonna go sledding. Yeah, that sucks. Might be a good idea to get some warmth or ice on it. I don't know which is supposed to be better, but one of the two. Whichever of the two is supposed to be better. There we go. Alright, lots of 1x2 bricks. So everyone excited for the weekend? I'm excited to toss more monsters at my my players in Spelljammer. It's been warming up and it rained and the snow turned to ice. Yeah, it's been pretty cold here. It's actually below freezing right now, which is pretty unusual. Doesn't usually get that cold. Despite it being winter. Exactly 33 degrees Fahrenheit. It is exactly 31 degrees here. It's actually colder here than in Alaska. Alright, so, clear 1x1 plate, trans black 1x1 plate. Trying to get these and the trans dark gray ones separated, I think is going to be a pain. I don't think I have any easily available to compare right now. They're very dark. Let's see, we are doing 8 of these. Okay. That's 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Well, hopefully nothing is bruised too badly and the pain passes. The pain and soreness pass pretty quick. That would be nice. Alright, last one. We also have 14 shorty bricks. Okay, so that is going to go right there. That is going to go right there. Happened when you're trying to be careful and apparently didn't make sure that you had sure footing? Yeah. I mean, that's ice for you. It is treacherous. Likes to betray you. But in good news, LEGO did announce the Ocarina of Time final battle set today, which is pretty neat. Looks pretty good. One of the people in my LEGO club was complaining about the price, and we were like, what are you talking about, $199? It's not $199. Check your region. Oh, I'm in it set me to Australia for some reason, he said. It's weird why that happens sometimes. I've occasionally gotten it set to the UK. It's a really nice looking set. I don't know that I'll get it right away, but I do think I will get it. I actually like the large brick-built Ganon that they got in it. Ocarina of Time is one of your favorite games in the Zelda games? I have not played it at all. I have zero experience with it. But I like the look of it. Also, I'm now spoiled that you fight Ganon at the end. God. Can't believe LEGO is doing that to me. Can't believe it. Next, they'll spoil me that there's a princess in them. Looks nice, but just from the pictures, it doesn't look like a 1,000-piece set, unless it's got a lot of small 1x-whatever bricks. I'm guessing Ganon has a lot of pieces. It is a brick-built Ganon. Oops. Next time they will spoil Mega Man's villain, the monsters. Don't you mean the next one they'll probably spoil that Dr. Wily's back, even though He's always clearly reformed. He was clearly reformed at the end of the last one. Clearly. Totally trust him this time. Not like all the other times. It's totally reformed. Cannot possibly be Wily this time. He did a pinky promise at the end of the last game. That's a good point. Yeah, couldn't possibly be him. Alright, that is all of the shorty bricks. Okay, and now inside we get some more windows. There we go. And some side stud bricks. Howdy, Mad Rhapsody. How's it going? Gonna be lurking? I do hope they make some of these arches in other colors. I think we've got white, gray, and beige. I'm not sure that... oh, I think there's black as well. It'd be pretty awesome if they did some other arches as well. Like specifically the half arch either way. So you can get a thin space between them. Howdy, Not a Rogue AI. How's it going? Did you get all of your internet issues sorted out? Alright, there's all of our half arches. 1170. The first two stories of the choir are nearly complete. I wonder if they did anything to try to keep rain out. Now they give you an appointment for Tuesday? Yuck. Well, hopefully that will have it fixed. Got your car back today after 2 months? Hey! That's how long it took mine as well. Alright, get some second layers of columns here. This is really making me want a Parthenon Lego set. Work calls? Alrighty. Understood. Gotta make the money. Okay. And there we go. Because this would be kind of similar to the interior of the Parthenon. And they could have like a minifig. It'd be awesome. Did I know the Acropolis is where the Parthenon is? I had heard that, yes. I had heard that. I have no idea what meme you're referencing then. It is not one that I'm familiar with. Alright, there we go. That gets on here. Pretty sure we're going to make another one. Alrighty. If you remember. Totally understand not. It is a number of days away. Yeah, some other buildings that I'd love to see. The Hagia Sophia. I think that would be awesome. The Pantheon in Rome would be pretty awesome as well. That would be quite the impressive build, really. Doing the circular dome. Forgot how difficult the final boss for Mystic Quest was? I don't actually remember how difficult it was. Alright. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright. So we got straight robot arms here. Also, 1x2 plate. 1x2 plate. This is the start of the flying buttresses. If you remember right, you can absolutely cheese the boss by casting Cure on him. I don't know that that would do a whole lot of damage, though. Cure? Maybe it does more damage than the other spells, I suppose. Kept petrifying Phoebe, and you ended up doing enough damage to KO one of the characters. Yeah, grinding in that game can help sometimes, honestly. Oh, right at the beginning, causing his hit points to overflow. Got it, got it. What did I do that in recently? Oh, yeah, that was in Lufia, wasn't it? Where I overflowed an enemy's hit points, like the super dragon. I was like, I don't want to do this. Just overflowed his hit points. All right. Last 4. Oh, yeah. That's going to leave these empty, though. Strat you ended up doing was have one character cast white and the other character heal. Yeah. That can definitely be a good good strat. When is ham not pork? Ham and pork are two different cuts. Two different preparation methods. Okay. So this goes on there. That goes on there. That one goes on there. And that one goes on there. There we go. Make sure that these are straight, actually. They might not be. Alright, looks good. Alright, so spare parts. We've got a clear 1x1 plate, a trans black 1x1 plate, a beige straight robot arm, a tan 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, and a beige 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg as our spare parts. Alright, bag number 8. When it's ground beef. Okay. How's it going, Mike and Stabby? How's it going? Got some clear 1x1s here. Build is going well. I'm enjoying it. Howdy, Morganite Skies. How's it going? It is very beige, though. Alright, next up. Okay. Starting out with one of those. Dark gray, a 1x3 and a 1x3 panel. And that goes just right up there. Okay. 2 1x2s with hollow studs around ends. A 1x3 plate with round ends. And a dark gray 1x2 rail plate. Followed from seeing my YouTube channel? Awesome. Thank you very much. That's not too bad. I mean, this is the back portion of it. It'll take a few streams, but it's pretty nice. It's definitely one of the bigger architecture sets. Okay. Let's see. Alright, start out with the L tiles. Get those there. Get some angle plates in here. I'll make sure they're straight in a moment. And then another pair of round end 1x2s. Straighten that out. All right, let's make sure that these are straight. That one's straight. Okay, those are pretty good. All right, next up, lots of 1x1s. Have I still been enjoying Eidon Chronicle? Yes. Has LEGO ever done a large bridge set like the Golden Gate or Brooklyn Bridge? They have done the Tower Bridge. I think they've done the Tower Bridge twice. From London. The Golden Gate would probably be too long. It would just kind of like to get a good model. Either you'd only have one pillar of it, kind of thing. The Brooklyn Bridge would be a lot more doable. You live near the Tower Bridge? Nice. It was a good set. One of them. I got one of them. I don't know about the other one. You wish you could play the Blitzball game for me? I wish someone could. Anyone. Just, like, I don't find it fun. It feels like a slog, but I do want the rewards, so... Especially Fortune Spheres. Like, if there was just a way to say, play the game for me. And grind up my characters to a point where they're, you know, really good, and then get the best ones in the game. And just let the computer handle it all. That's 12 and a 13. You'd absolutely do it for me if you could. You loved Blitzball. Would rather play manager than player. Something like that, yeah. Well, once I get the airship, and I can, like, actually start recruiting people. I don't know. I could actually, probably hand the save off to, someone. We'll see. I did have a friend, he was not LPing the game, but he could not get past a certain jumping point in Xenogears, and he sent me the save file, and I got past it for him, and then sent it back. It was like, here you go, that was easy. You'd rather play Triple Triad over Blitzball? So would I. The advantage of Triple Triad is that it's pretty quick. An individual game of Triple Triad is pretty quick. Howdy, Iogra. How's it going? Alright, there we go. 1x1's in. Alright, now we need some arches. You hated the Triple Triad game? You just basically have to reset if they get bad rules. That's all. Day is bloof. But also day is done. Day being done is good. I'm sorry to hear the day was bloof. Didn't really understand Queen's Blood and FF7 Rebirth. I might pay more attention next playthrough. I haven't even gotten a chance to get to that yet. I might just wait until it's all done. It's all done and out. Alright, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what you're doing? Wait until the full game is released and play the trilogy on stream? Assuming your PC can handle it. I hope my PC can handle it. So it's not like playing a complete game of Magic the Gathering for every single random encounter. No. I need to play the Microprose Magic the Gathering game one of these days on stream too. That is that has been on my list, and I will farm out the deck building suggestions to viewers. You can get it to me? Oh, I own it. I mean, I'll still go, like, download a copy from somewhere rather than, like, dig out my CD, but... because, like, it's just easier that way. But that game is very mean. That game is very, very mean. There we go. A lot of clear and trans black 1x1 bricks in this. Loving it. Do I like puzzle games? I like some puzzle games. Very much depends on the type of puzzle games. I think I like things like Portal, and I've considered the Talos Principle as well. Even though I have seen 2 full playthroughs of that. So it would not exactly be blind to me. Oops. Did that one wrong. Have I heard of Strange Horticulture? I don't think I have heard of that one, no. Does not sound familiar. Honestly, there's like so many games coming out, especially like independent games, that I don't pay attention. It's like things pop up on my radar, but I can't keep on top of them, and especially like I couldn't play every single interesting one that came out and everything like that. I'll play in Outer Wilds, join you in bashing your head against cryptic things. I know basically nothing about Outer Wilds. Puzzle game where you own a plant shop, you think you have to solve mystery using information from the different plants and dealing with customers. That sounds interesting. Part of the problem is also, like, I don't know how it would be as an LP or stream. Some games do not lend themselves to that type of thing. Like, one of the reasons I haven't played Breath of Fire 5 Dragon Quarter is because I don't think that would lend itself well to an actual LP. Only thing you knew going in was you kept confusing it with Outer Worlds. I might be as well. Yeah, there we go. It's pretty hard to do actual curves like this, especially if you're going to get, like, arched windows in there. But they did a pretty good job with that. There's some rather large gaps in the roof, but what are you going to do? Alright, let's see. Corner here, and here. Dragongar from Breath of Fire 4 or Wolfgar from Eiyuden Chronicles? I mean, they're completely different characters. I don't know. I liked Gar as a character in Breath of Fire 3. I did not like using him in combat because he was too slow. Which is, interestingly, one of Gar's problems in Eiyuden Chronicle, but I mean, someone has to move last, so... Gar and Ray from Breath of Fire 3 were your favorites? Mine was Momo. Bunny Girl with a bazooka. Can't go wrong. I love that she ended up in Breath of Fire 4, too. Even if you can't get her into your party. Didn't manage to get every character in Eiyuden Chronicle, but you got most. Well, I'm using a recruitment fac to make sure that I get everyone. I think your only favorite character in Final Fantasy X is Kimahri? I wish Kimahri had more personality. The game kind of leaves him as a blank slate. I'm not a fan of that. Alright, 1x6. 1x6. 1x6 here, and here. Kimahri makes a better silent protagonist than actual protagonist. Like, I got up to 130 lightning dodges and then screwed up. And that was enough to make me just say, you know what, screw this. I could do it semi-legitimate with save states. Wherein, if I failed, I would just load a save state. That's semi-legitimate. I do think that, like, for the remaster, I really do think that they should have made it non-consecutive. And I think they also should have put in a manager mode for Blitzball. For people who want to get the rewards without actually playing all of the Blitzball that is required. You didn't get that far, but you were aware of the grind for that? What the heck? So, if you don't care about Lulu's ultimate weapon, then I would say get to 100 dodges, which is not too bad. And if you fail, it's actually not too bad to get back to that point. It's annoying, but it's not too bad. And the reason is because once you hit 100, then you get all of the spheres that you can put on empty nodes that you're going to get through the challenge. And those are worth it. The 150 reward is for Megalixirs, I think, which pretty sure you can get other ways, so that's not that big of a deal. Alright, spare parts. Dark gray 1x1 cylinder plate. But those, I think it was HP, MP, and maybe strength spheres. And those are very, very worthwhile. Very, very worthwhile. And you only have to get half the distance. On the other hand, if you're going half the distance, you kind of might as well go all the way. Just want things without the work. For the remaster, yeah, I think that they're, like, it's not without the work, but it's without as much of the work, especially when the work is so mind-numbingly dull and boring. See, I'm pretty sure I did the, well, no. You get Titus's weapon for that one, right? I may not have done that one. May not have succeeded in that one, I should say. I know I either did it or I got extremely close. And I don't remember which. Listening to a podcast about Kingdom Hearts, and it's funny how, yes, you realize there's actually a pretty deep story. The problem is the first dozen hours are hard to get through with the amount of heavy advertising. I don't remember the original Kingdom Hearts being too bad to get through. Well, if I have trouble with the Chocobo race, I'll see about cheating on that one, too. Alright, let's see. Oop, don't go flying. Alright, 6 1x1 cylinder plates with hollow studs and 6 1x1 cylinder tiles. Just gotta get good. I'm very get-gooded. It's not my fault that the game requires you to get superhuman. That's what I have an issue with. Alright, there we go. 1x1 cylinder plates. Log brick and large plate. And now some roof tiles for some slates. One thing that I have not decided yet is whether I will do all of the hunts in FF12 when I get to that. Because I think my desire to do all the hunts is what caused me to not finish the game the first time I played. I was like, this is a lot of work. Alright, on the underside. I actually really like FF12. I'm very much looking forward to playing it. I would probably go so far as to say that it's my favorite one after the sprite-based ones. I mean, the only character that I don't like is Van. All the other characters I really like, so... The choir and the Chevette are nearly complete except for the high vaults. The roof and wooden frameworks are constructed prior to the vaults to offer protection from wear and tear. Okay, so that is going to go... right there. Now, I don't know if there's as much of an overhang here as the Lego model has, or if the back roof would really be rounded. FF12 hunts start out fun, but the high-end ones can get pretty ridiculous. Yeah. When it's basically just like sitting there watching the game play itself for an hour and like stepping in if need be, it's not great. 7, all right. That's why I'm not sure if I will do them all. Does anyone like Van? I mean, I'm sure there's some people who do. They're wrong, but... Finally tapped out at the Omega Hunt in the Crystal. I don't remember what I stopped at. And the game definitely does have other issues, but I did appreciate how easy it was to grind if you set yourself up properly. I was like, wait, I can just let the game play itself and grind out levels? Holy crap. It's like Final Fantasy it's like Tactics Ogre. Sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I don't know if you can still do that kind of grinding in the remaster. Watch the game play itself, unlike Xenosaga. You shut your mouth, sir. That is very much what I want Final Fantasy X to do with Blitzball, though. Like, can't it just play itself? Even if it was like a thing where I had to watch it, but if I could set it all on auto and just let it do its thing, because like the thing is like the game is better at playing it than I am. There really should have been either a way to just like say simulate the game, you know, the matches for me, or set it to auto. You know, setting your soldiers to auto battle each other is how you leveled up in Night of Lotus. Oh yeah. Original, I don't like I said, I don't know if it's in the remaster of Tactics Ogre, but in the original, you could basically do a practice game. You set up your, you know, two teams to go against each other, and you know, you got to make sure that they don't have items and stuff like that. Because if they have items, they will use them. But as long as they don't have anything expendable, it's perfectly fine. Oh, you do have to be careful about undead and like holy characters with the magic to wipe out undead. You have to be careful about that too. But with most units, just like have them slog it out and gain levels. And occasionally you'll need to go in and like manually do some just to make sure that certain characters who were getting taken out of the matches too early, especially if someone starts lagging behind in levels. But I mean, you know, the occasional manual training fight is fine. Fight it out. Exactly. Howdy, Area High One. How's it going? It is a shame that you didn't get, like, other than the Vieira character, the one Vieira character, you didn't get other races in your party in Final Fantasy XII. Okay, so these are all going to go here. So we got our flying buttresses. Pretty fly for a buttress guy. I'm doing well. Still getting over the cold. I'm still a little sniffly. I also need to play Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2 one of these days. I think that's on the 3DS, though. Alright, there's that. So, 4 very similar ones. Yeah, I might play Revenant Wings one day. I like know nothing about it other than very, very basic concept material kind of thing. Just a regular DS? Okay. I thought it was a 3DS. There was something that I looked into playing it, and I was like, this is going to be more complicated than I thought, and I didn't, and I shelved it. But I don't remember exactly what it was now. It's kind of how it goes so often is, you like look into something and be like, this takes more effort than I'm willing to put in right now. I will deal with it later. And then you forget exactly what the details were, and you don't get to it later. Looking at you, Quest for Glory 5. Howdy, little bunny. How's it going? It is regular DS. Okay. There's got to be some reason why I didn't do it then, because I know how to do regular DS games. I mean, I have played 4. I'm highly amused by the fact that I have gotten multiple questions recently about, how did you set up your emulator to do this? And I'm like, it's not the emulator. I mean, I don't really get the Van hate. Like, he's not a great character. But I don't get the hate. Is Ald making a necklace? No? I'm making the Notre Dame. It's the butt portion. You know, with the flying buttresses. I'm sorry. There we go. Alright, next up. Notre Dame Cathedral is the first to fully integrate the flying buttresses that are hallmarks of Gothic architecture. Well, when I'm done with the flying buttresses, I will show off what it looks like. Got another pause that I can do on the ad breaks there. So Alda's making a giant butt? Oh, yeah. You know it. I mean, it is the butt end of the cathedral. It's the butt of all the cathedral jokes. You need a cathedral set for Duomo di Milan? I don't know what that is. At least not by that name. But yes, they need to do lots and lots of architecture sets. Preferably more old stuff. Or some great brutalist architecture. That'd be awesome. Alright, these two go into the middle ones. Here and here. Oh, the Cathedral of Milan? I do not know it. Alright. There we go. Howdy, Teremus. You saw my live tag on Blue Sky. Cool that I'm using that feature. First time I've seen it online. Yeah, I decided, like, I noticed that they popped up with it, like, yesterday or something, so I figured, hey, I might as well try it out. And Lunatastic bringing us a raid. Let me get you a shout-out there. How's it going? Did you have a very bready stream, or was it doughy? It going? Alright, so here's what we got so far. Still a few flying buttresses to do. I said buttress. Very toasty stream. Pulled the horse girl you wanted? Sounds kind of dirty. Alright, spare parts. Beige 1x1 plate, beige 1x1 cylinder tile, beige 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, and a beige 2L bar with stop. Alright. So, bag number 10 next. I did Lunatastic. Oh, a Lego landmark takes shape. Construction work continues on the transept and in the bays on the south side of the nave. At 419.9 feet, 128 meters long, 157.4 feet, 48 meters wide, and 226.3 feet, 69 meters tall, the Notre Dame Cathedral was built on the site of an existing cathedral on Ile de Cité on the Seine. While the first completed east side section functioned as an interim church, construction work continued on the transept and in the first bays on the south side of the nave. From the original Romanesque architectural style, the construction gradually incorporated contemporary architectural styles, evolving into the Gothic style it represents today. This model stays faithful to the construction of both the structure within and the external architecture details, with certain features scaled down, to recreate the awe-inspiring view that has met visitors through the centuries. Sure. That just means that I'm an expert, Lel Bunny. Now to write out a bunch of index cards. Why? Shadowrun magic spells and powers, because you just had to make a Mystic Adept character. I actually started doing that for the NPCs in my Spelljammer game, writing out spells on index cards so that I wouldn't have to keep, like, remembering everything. Like, it's easy enough to remember Magic Missile, but I have forgotten the damage over time of Mel's Acid Arrow quite often. Sorry, had to cough. Alright. Slide that to the side. Let's go ahead and stack up some plates. An ad is just about to start. Okay, there's that. Only that as another large plate. Okay. One by two black tile. There it is. How's my voice doing? It's okay. I can still hear it kind of scratchy. I don't think it gets picked up on the microphone. But I can definitely hear it. Especially over time. Like, by the end of this stream, I will definitely sound, in my, like, to myself at least, worse than when I started out. Okay, we need to find a printed 1x8 tile. There it is. Notre Dame de Paris. Paris. De Paris. I'm terrible at French pronunciation. Better is good, yes. Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take me to kick the rest of the cold, but definitely getting better. Alright, 1x4 tiles. Okay, good. This is getting a little fragile, so I was hoping that we'd be putting these on now. This will lock the structure together so far. Interesting that the name is actually decentered because there's this greenery slot. The whole cathedral is actually off center. Wonder if Melf gets royalties for every scroll scribed. Nope. Once the spell is out there, there's no controlling it. That would be an interesting thing to have happen in like a Shadowrun style game with Magic, is have someone like aggressively go after people using their magic, the spells that they've created through the court system. Buttered toast. I brought cinnamon for that. If there's no cinnamon, then what is even the point? What is the power level of Fireball? What do you mean, what is the power level of Fireball? You mean the spell? It's a 3rd level spell, if that's what you mean. Melf was bad at trademark litigation. Especially considering there is no trademark litigation in D&D. Kind of hard to be good at something that doesn't exist. So I do wish that the Blue Sky Go Live notification was automatic. Like you could just set it up to detect whether you were streaming. You do have to manually say how long you're going to stream for, but at least you don't have to go turn it off after you're done, unless you like end your stream early. So that was kind of neat. And the, like, automatic detection may come later. Who knows? It's a beta feature right now. But hey, if it gets more people into the streams, that's awesome. There we go. Okay, now we do some gray tiling. Let's see, 1x4s down here. There we go. And then 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles. There we go. Okay, so we get our olive green tile here for the greenery. I think I would prefer if they had mirrored the green on the other side as well. Although I guess it does allow you to display it one side with green and one side without if you wanted. Alright, there we go. Alright, next up, let's do all of the green on this side. The tile feels like it's popped up a little bit or something. Let me try turning it around, see if that makes a difference. Yep, that's better. Okay, there we go. Okay. 1x6. 2x4. 1x2. And some 2x2 corners. Okay, straight 2x2 corners all the way back. Until we get to that one. There we go. And a 1x3 tiles with 2 center studs. Okay. Now for our beige plates. Just lots of 1x1s. So while I've been working on other things, like other than recording, I've been rewatching the Netflix Marvel TV shows, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. They're pretty good. It's a real shame that they got canceled when they did. Center stud? Sorry, your left stud? So studly. Okay, so once again, all the way back. I know Daredevil got a new series recently, and I haven't watched that yet, and I need to. But they all kind of got, like, left on cliffhangers. It's lame. 1x1 plates. There we go. All right, next up. Now we put them together. There we go. Oh, it was actually 31 degrees earlier. Now it's 32. Going up a little bit. It's getting warmer. Getting a heat flash. You are a 3x4 stud. They only make 3x4s that are half tiles, though. Are you a half tile? It's 31 degrees there. You stole my degrees. Or wait, no, you didn't steal my degrees. You gave them to me. You are a half tile. Okay. Fair enough. All right, bag number 11. You should watch Andor with all that's going on, but you're not sure you want to with all that's going on. Yeah, the thing that I find interesting about the Marvel Netflix series is how much they're kind of rooted in like 1970s, 1980s, a bit of 1990s views on crime. It amuses me. Like, the way they talk about crime in those shows is the way that it was talked about in the 80s and 90s and 70s, despite the fact that crime was way down in the 2000s, in the 2010s, late 2010s, and even down even more these days. I mean, there are a lot of things that make it clear that it's an alternate reality kind of thing. But that to me is like the most significant, even more so than the superheroes. You're a half tile because you are insane. Are you insane though? I don't know. Well, no, you play Magic the Gathering. That's right, you are. I'm kidding. You love one thing you love about Final Fantasy X is the customizable weapons and armor. My issue with it is the desire to not customize because you can get better things later. Like, why put hit points plus 10 on a piece of armor right now when eventually you can get hit points plus 20? Even though you are very likely to get tons and tons of items at any point. Because it's a mechanic that you need to do immediately. I'm very much a customize once and never do it again type of person, honestly. Alright, another 3 spaces. Well, that's different because you get plenty of, with the exception of fortune spheres, you get plenty of power, ability, speed, and magic spheres. Just an absolutely ridiculous number of them. So much so that you're adding abilities to the Aeons because it's like, you know, you're gonna cap out on these spheres if you don't. You might as well. You're never gonna use distill mana on an enemy when you've done a summon, but you know, might as well. Alright, now lots more tiling. Okay, we can get that there. Wonder if you can do the whole FF10 weapon and armor customization stuff in RPG Maker? Maybe. Alright. There we go. And there we go. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all if you can. Okay, let's see. Alright, that one goes there. That one goes there, and that one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. And where else? Well, wait. Let's get more of these in. So we can make more of our Pole's voices here. one more. Where does this go? Right there. Right now, you think it's beyond your capacity to do in an RPG Maker game? It takes practice to get those things, that's for sure. I have not looked at RPG Maker myself, so I do not know what is and is not possible. Oh, that one goes up here. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. So we got 4 Pulse voices. Sadly, I don't think we have any black ones. There we go. I do really like these tiles, the 1x2s with an angle on them. They are pretty neat, pretty useful. And there we go. All right, got it all tiled there. Alright, so spare part, 1 tan 1x1 plate. That is all that was extra there. Alright, bag number 12. There we go. Alright, start out with just tan candlesticks. One there and there. Okay. 2 pairs of arches. Getting too many ideas from too many games of what you want to add to your first RPG Maker game. Yeah, I'd focus on the story first. Also, as they say, like, get it written first. You can make it good later. You know, if you get the basic structure of your game down, beginning, middle, and end, you can add mechanics later. You can flesh out the story later, work out the bugs, add side quests, that sort of thing. You know, if you feel like the middle is goes a little bit too fast kind of thing, then you can add more there and stuff like that. Okay, and then on top of that, we get a pair of 1x2 curved top pieces. Just the thing with you, you start something and get overwhelmed by ideas. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, that happens to a lot of people. Okay, so that goes there. And that goes there. Three spells down, 7 more to go, then you're halfway done. Nice. Whoa, halfway there, living on a prayer? There we go. Alright, then 1x4 plates. One by 4 plates on the top. There we go. Kind of tempted to like try to figure out some printing for like on cardstock and printing out spell cards and stuff. Might be easier. I don't know if my printer can do cardstock though. Alright, there we go. Get the half tiles. Another pair of half tiles. That would reduce the finger strain. I always grip pencils way too tightly when I write. Alright, there we go. Now we need 4 of you. Yeah, but that costs money. I have a printer. I mean, printing on just regular paper would probably suffice if I can't do cardstock. I don't want to spend money on it. Right, there we go. 1182. The choir is isolated from the active building site by a provisional wall. Construction continues from east to west in the transept and the nave. So these go on to the 1x1, the 1x2 half tiles there, or 1x2s with center studs. So we have a nice side door there. I like the way that looks. Get that there. And get that right there. All right. Spare parts, a beige 1x1 tile with round end. All right, bag number 13. Got more clear 1x1s and trans black 1x1s. Okay. I think I played a mage the last time I played Shadowrun, which, to be fair, was in the 90s. Alright, 14. That's 4. Nope. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Shadowrun just seems like a weird concept to you. It's not my general cup of tea. But I totally understand people liking it. It's just cyberpunk with magic. Oh, I figured that's what you were playing, Lord Gaines. You could also call up Jake Armitage and just constantly say, "You're dead, Armitage." There we go. Get that in there. I mean, who doesn't want to call up Jake Armitage and constantly threaten him with death? Right? But Bahamut, you can delegate. You can take credit for all the good things that your delegates do, and then fire them when they do poorly. You can be completely free from any blame if anything goes wrong, and take all the credit for when things go right. Too much of a micromanager? I mean, you can still constantly call Jake Armitage and say, "You're dead, Armitage." About in response to everything that he says to you. How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? "You're dead, Armitage." But Lord Canis, what if he wants to micromanage from the bottom up? Okay, there we go. We got one side's window. Ooh, that is incorrect. Let's get that turned properly. Not to pay enough attention. Nah, I've seen Armitage the Third. She didn't die. Man, I haven't seen that in so long. I should rewatch that. Hey, Lord Canis. Some dragons just want to have their horde full of music. It's true. I love when I'm writing a deity, D&D deity, and I'm like, there really aren't a whole lot of spells that fit this kind of character, this kind of deity's portfolios. I'm stumped on what to give as powers. The kiddies are going to do that, Lord Canis. The horde would be D&D books, sci-fi fantasy novels, and Magic the Gathering cards. I think you guys all know what my horde would be. It would be you guys. 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. You shut your filthy mouth, Gildatongue. How dare you? How dare you? See, I can't say the silly thing that someone else has already said. It doesn't work. They stole your thunder. They beat you to the punch. You were distracted? Gasp. Gasps and dragon. No, it would be you guys. I'd just freeze you all in carbonite. Reading the Shadowrun TV tropes? You've chosen poorly. I don't know when the last time I went to TV tropes was. Because I know what happens if I do. I have to literally tear myself away. One downside of architecture sets is the repetition. Fun fact, most buildings are quite repetitious. You love reading TV tropes? Oh, I have as well. I just know that if I do, I'm not getting out of there alive. There's a lot of these little things that I need to make for this part. Oops. Get that pushed together. And the final part will be the arches over the windows. Speaking of cyberpunk, been recording a cyberpunk point-and-click, and it's super depressing. Oh, which one? Is it one that I've heard of? Techno Babylon. I have heard of it. I don't know anything about it, though. Why is it depressing? You know, without spoiling it. Because who knows? I might do it at some point. I do like point and clicks. Alright, so corner here. Which is interesting, because I bet the no, it would not. Alright. Heard something was weird. I don't know what the heck it was. It's not like there are animals in the house to make noise. It's probably just a psycho killer coming for me. Mostly just bleak world and all. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, it's not a good time for bleak world stuff, unless it's like so different that doesn't feel relevant. Not quite. I have no mouth, but certainly no snatcher. I think there might be a mouse above me. It is cold out. They do like trying to sneak into the house when it is cold. Oh, I think I know what I'm putting in soon. The mouse senses cheese wedges? I might. Hey, there's a lot of good rodents out there. Like capybaras. How dare you mega flare the capybaras? There. Let's get the mold marks all going to a specific place. Specific side. Capybaras are evil in disguise. You know the truth, what they're up to? It's terrible. A capybara is probably what gave me a B rank rating in your rendition of Romeo and Juliet. Well, that means that he's really good. Because I was expecting a failure. I was hoping for a failure. Like, getting a B in that thing, like, I was shocked at getting a B. I wanted something worse. I was like, I want to do this badly before I do it well. Okay, now 56 beige candlesticks. Well, not a rogue AI. Crappies also don't because they're fish. Well, yeah, the crappies were really biting. Don't you know? Also, I know people who keep mice or rats as pets. I wouldn't want to deprive them of their animal companions, their animal family. Good. Thank you, not a rogue. I mean, Bahamut. I appreciate it. Lots of candlesticks. So many candlesticks. There were also a ton of these in the Colosseum, so send them a firmly worded letter. Hey, if it works. There we go. Got all the columns in. 1208. Work continues in the nave, and the foundations to the Great West Towers are laid. Okay, so 4 stacks of 2x2s, or 2 stacks of 4 2x2s, I should say. They are. I just don't want them in the ceiling and the walls and stuff. And a 2 1x1 tiles. There. And there. Okay, let's get 2 of these. How else are they supposed to evolve into the mice people and be like the borrowers? Like that one movie in the books it was based on? I think I remember that cartoon. Was that the Borrowers or was that the Littles? I think it was the Littles that I'm thinking of. I don't know. It has been forever. Okay, 1x1x3s. Now we get one by 2 by 3 panels. I think these are the doors there. Yeah, that cartoon saved to YouTube. There we go. Get that on there. Okay. Pairs of shorty bricks. There we go. Okay, we need black shorty bricks as well. Clear and trans black. Oh, actually, we need all of these. Okay, get that right in here. Make sure the mold marks are lined up. I don't remember much about it, but I remember really enjoying it when I was a kid. Okay, get that there. I mean, like, besides the element of little tiny humanoid figures living in your house like brownies. Okay, get that one right in there. And we do have an ad break that is starting soon. Okay, and there we go. Another set of windows. Okay. 1x3 plate, 1x3 plate, 1x3 brick. There and there. And another 1x2 with center stud. There and there. Alright. Okay, and side stud stacks. That goes right there. There we go. Isn't it the reason that some cultures have a tradition of leaving food and drink on the floor? I don't know about the floor, but yes, leaving stuff like that around as offerings to what amount to household gods. Building techniques and features. In 1208, construction of the transept was complete, with large, unique rose windows on the facade, all in different sizes and designs. The original north rose window has a diameter of 44.2 feet, 13.5 meters, a record at that time. Every architectural feature in the cathedral serves a purpose, both decorative and practical. The three Lego rose window elements are an abstraction of the original. They are all the same size and design, and you can use them interchangeably in the model. By 1220, the body of the cathedral is complete except for the upper part of the towers. By evacuating rainwater, the characteristic gargoyles also serve to protect the cathedral from damage caused by excessive runoff. You can see this feature replicated in your model. Oh, that's what these are. These are the gargoyles to get rid of runoff. All right. Bag number 15. Oh, actually, spare piece, spare part, just one black 1x1 tile. I mean, some places it might be the floor. I don't know. I would think that the floor would be more likely to bring in mice. But I don't know a whole lot about the tradition of, like, brownies and other household gods and their equivalents. Alright, so we want 12 corrugated bricks. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright. And we want the vertical corrugation. Yeah, it's figures like brownies, Domovoy, that sort of thing. Okay, we are just doing one of these, so... One by two tile. An arch. Do have an ad that is about to begin. Remember a story where the mom came home from a culture where you left food for the house brownies and spirits and got upset whenever someone tried eating the fruit? There we go. So 1 by 6, 1 by 3 tile. Need a 1 by 3 inverted half arch. You want a brownie and some ice cream? Wow, I can't believe you want to kill and eat a household god. It's terrible. Alright, ad is running. This is going to get in right here. Now we'll make another one over here. Napoleon ice cream? What is Napoleon ice cream? Is it ice cream that has a complex about its height? It auto-corrected what you were trying to say? Okay. That makes more sense. Neapolitan. I was wondering if that was actually just, A type of ice cream that I wasn't aware of. No, I know what Neapolitan is. It's not Napoleon, though. There we go. It's got the start of the arches at the front entrance. I'm highly amused. Someone should definitely make Napoleon ice cream now, though. That definitely needs to be a thing. Okay, so weird little brother. So let's say let's figure out what three flavors it would have. Coffee, mint chocolate chip, and what's a good third one that doesn't work together? All right, pair of 2x4 plates there and there. Coffee, mint, banana. Banana isn't very common. Like strawberry, vanilla, and ice cream are pretty common. So they gotta be three pretty common flavors. Either that, or you're going for like the rarest of flavors, and then you're talking about like octopus ink or something. And I figure something that doesn't have too many inclusions. So I'm kind of thinking like not chocolate chip cookie dough, which is also good. Escargot, vanilla, and pate. Don't know. We want to go for relatively common, but still like especially things that don't work together. Like vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. They work together. I mean, like they're you know, you may not want them together in general, but no one's gonna say, oh no, these flavors clash. So we need like relatively common clashing. Pistachio? Maybe. I don't know what pistachio actually tastes like, so. A salty, nutty flavor. Does it have pistachio chunks in it? Or is it actually just like pistachio flavored? It does have chunks? Well, mint chocolate chip has chunks too, so... Banana, coffee, pistachio. I don't know. I think you got to get the mint chocolate chip in there. Mint chocolate chip, coffee, and pistachio, though. I think that is a good trio for the Napoleon flavor. Napoleon ice cream. All right, someone go to Ben & Jerry's. Tell them to make this now. Oh, it doesn't taste right if it doesn't. Well, there we go. I guess we, oops, that's not a 3x3. We need a 4x4. Because if it doesn't taste right, if it doesn't have the chunks in it, then it should definitely not have the chunks in it. So it doesn't taste right. There we go. Because Napoleon ice cream should definitely not taste right. Alright, there we go. Got our first columned side set up. Okay, 6 of these. I mean, coffee cake doesn't taste like coffee. I know why. I'm just saying. I've lost quite a few viewers. I don't think people like to be talking about bad ice cream flavors. I may have grossed people out. Or maybe it was a glitch because now it was saying 12, now it's up to 17. And I'm pretty sure I did not get 5 people just literally pop in right this second. Twitch, go home, you're drunk. But what if the flavor it's supposed to taste like is cheap? Like, I get this brand, a store brand of ice cream from my local grocery store, and I specifically get these big tubs of it because it's only like $7. It's a pretty good price, and I get a useful tub that I can use for storing Lego out of the deal. I generally get the vanilla, but if they don't have the vanilla, then I get the Neapolitan. I'll get sherbet if they have it, but they very rarely have it. Usually they have mint chocolate chip, or no, cookies and cream is what they usually have. Vanilla and Neapolitan. And the Neapolitan, like, I'm not normally a chocolate ice cream person, but the chocolate ice cream in that is definitely cheap, but it's pretty tasty, I find. I can actually eat a fair bit of it. There we go. And the last of the 3x3 arch section. There we go. Alright, now to put them on the tops of the columns. There we go. Alright. 1x6, 1x6. One by 6, 1x6, and then 1x8, and 1x8. There we go. Now a pair of 1x6s up here, and here. There we go. All right, 6x6. 6x6, and a 6x8. There we go. You don't think you have favorite ice cream flavors anymore? Every time you find one you like, it either gets changed to a bad flavor, or they stop making it? Well, that sucks. So the nice thing about really liking vanilla. Okay, 4x4 corner, and a 2x2 corner on either side. I've had that specific problem with conditioner. It keeps stop making the conditioner I like. It's very annoying. Oops. Now, admittedly, it's not quite the same thing because it's not a flavor thing. Don't worry, I'm not eating my conditioner. I'm drinking it. Alright, 1x1 beige peak slopes. There was a lemon ice cream that you loved because caught the perfect lemon flavor and then you couldn't find it anymore. That's unfortunate. Other than strawberry, I don't think I've really had too many fruity ice creams. Usually it's sherbet. There we go. Turn this one around. Like fruit ice cream or ice cream with caramel? Do you add caramel to the top of ice cream when you get it? You know, like you get the separate caramel that you put on top? Topping, I think they're called. Weird concept, I know. Topping something with topping. Alright, spare part. Tan 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Yeah, my mother is a big fan of caramel. Always gets caramel on top of, puts caramel on top of her ice cream if she can. Gets ice cream bars with caramel. Every winter, she makes a whole big ton of caramel candies. It's a whole thing with her. I still like it, but I don't eat her caramel that often because having had a number of teeth issues, I'm extremely wary of having more teeth issues. So I choose to avoid things that I think might cause me additional teeth issues. Let's get this down here. All right. 1x3s, 2x2 corners. There we go. And there we go. That there. And 1x1s. There and there. If you get milkshakes, it has to be a butterscotch milkshake. I like vanilla. Like good old vanilla. Chocolate chip cookie dough is my second favorite flavor. And strawberry would be my third. Okay. We're going all the way over here with the 1x3s. Strawberry's a good choice. It's definitely a good choice. Yep. Stop jumping out of my fingers. That goes there. That goes there. Okay, almost done with the roof pieces. There we go. And there we go. All right. Now for 16 of the little window bits again. Kind of surprised that they didn't make these in trans black. Unless there is an element to it of oh, wait a second. Did I? Oops. That needs to go there. And that needs to go there. I got them in the wrong place. There we go. And there we go. All right. All right, get all of these small windows into the top. It's not great when you get the stack wrong. There we go. Clear on the bottom. Then trans black, then black. Get it right. Okay, we are going all the way up to here, so let's go ahead and get that there. There's 16 of these. My fingers are not going to be happy when I eventually have to take this apart. They're already not happy. And feel them getting a little sore from pushing parts together. Howdy, Shield of Hope. How's it going? Alright, one side of Windows is now done. There we go. Double checks stream name. You've been playing too many indie games and thought I was making a Warhammer building? Now I'm curious what Warhammer building would have a name similar to Notre Dame. Or was it the cathedral part? Oh, the shape of the building reminds you of Warhammer stuff. Ah, fair enough. Do they go for Gothic design? Warhammer does like cathedral aesthetic. With spikes. Well, that's a thing. Posted the ice cream concept to Blue Sky? Nice. I assume you mean the Napoleon ice cream, right? They have cathedral ships. One could be named Our Lady. Nah. Nice. I'll have to check that out. give it a retweet. Repost, I guess. Whatever. Still retweeting. There we go. Alright. Last of the windows. Even the flavor of coffee mint pistachio. Now the question is, how many people will respond with some variation of, thanks, I hate it. That's when you know you've done well. Take these apart once done? Depends. I mean, some things will stay together for a while, but I don't have a space to store them all in put together. And howdy, Kyles. How's it going? I mean, the Titanic's still together. That is still on display. That I plan to keep on display. I've kept most of my, well, all of the modular city sets that we've built, but I'm running out of space for those, so... I have multiple shelves. Where's the mold mark? There it is. I have multiple shelves, and I have shelves that are supposed to be for other things. Please take pics for the Discord. I'll see what I can do. Just finished your first set, the Boutique Hotel. Nice. That's a really nice one. I did get the shopping street in. We'll probably do that in February, though. I also have another modular set that is kind of unique. I will put together, even though it'll be out of season. Working on the Starry Night now? That's a good one, too. That is a nice display piece. Well, good luck with that, Bahamut. I hope you do. Alright, let's see. 1x3s, 1x3 plates. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, right there. Right there, and then corner brick and corner plates. Good luck with getting the Johnny Goldman cards and the sets that haven't been great. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think that that's kind of intentional. Do all of my LEGO streams eventually make it to YouTube? They do. They're on the alternate channel now, though. The All Dragon VODs channel. as are all of my the stream content. I post, so the Wednesday stream will go up tomorrow on Saturday, and then this stream will go up on Sunday. So I'm doing a weekend thing. Alright, let's see. Let's get that right there. Mold mark is there. There we go. Alright. No, I don't go live on YouTube. I'd have to figure out setting up a multi-stream thing, and I'd have to have a second chat window, and it just seems more trouble than it's worth. I don't know that it would be all that... I don't know that it would bring in that many extra people kind of thing. There we go. And now lots of half arches. Okay, let's start with the corner ones. Not there, actually. All right. Up here. Like, I have not streamed to YouTube, but I've watched some streams on YouTube, and I really don't like the interface. I don't think YouTube does a good job of handling chat and everything like that. Okay, there we go. You're limited to one stream at once right now? You couldn't double dip for me? I mean, I wouldn't expect anyone to double dip. That would be odd. One thing you want in a Magic the Gathering set, though, is a return to Thunder Junction. Cowboy Western set with a Cowboy Johnny. Alright, last one. There it is. Right there. Alright. And then we get side stud piece there and there. Okay. Next up, we get our flying buttresses. That luckily are not going at weird angles. Howdy, Grassup Son. How's it going? Lurking in a LEGO stream while you break down your sets and prep for moving. Well, I hope you're moving to some place with more space to display more LEGO, which is, of course, the most important thing in life. All right, get our flying buttresses there. Let's turn this sucker around. Bump all of the things as we do so. Moving to a smaller place while you go back to school. So it'll be a while before a lot of those sets get rebuilt. That's unfortunate. But, I mean, at least, you know, going back to school, learning new stuff, that's cool. And you'll get the joy of building the sets once again later. Okay. There are those flying buttresses. Alright, let's go ahead and do one more bag for the night. That will be 17. Do I keep all the boxes? No. I don't have the space. I don't care. I'm, like... I have no plans to resell these ever. All right. 17. One by one plate there. I kept the boxes when I was a kid because they had the suggestions on them, although unfortunately over the years most of the boxes got tossed out by my parents. Although I do still have some old boxes. I have the airport shuttle box still. So when I break them down to keep them in one bag, no, I sort them out part-wise so that I can build other things with them, non-set stuff. One by three right there. Yep, five, oh, no, two, okay, one, other one over here. Not sure what this 1x4 gap is going to be. That, okay. I do have some old sets that I have bagged up like that. Not like fully disassembled. Things that I don't want to sort out into their component parts. But it's mostly old stuff, which I have nostalgia for. Long-term goal is to get all of my collection fully sorted, do other things, build other things with them. I have some ideas. Maybe get back into displaying at various local LEGO events and stuff like that. Yeah, although I haven't in a while. I fell behind on sorting, and because I fell behind on sorting, I didn't sort more, and it got way out of hand. So I'm slowly chugging away at the backlog of sorting that I need to do. There we go. Alright, so we've got 3 different styles of front arches. I don't know enough about Notre Dame to know if there's some significance to that. Like if certain people were allowed in certain entrances or something. 3, 1 by 3, and 2 by 2 corner. I want to get back to building some castle stuff. I want to get back to building some Gundam spaceships. Oh, got it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I find instructions online? No, I design my own stuff. How so? I mean, mostly just sit down and start building. If your parts are well sorted, then it's not too bad. Although Lego Digital Designer, well, former Lego Digital Designer, now Bricklink Studio, are a good way to do it digitally and plan things out in advance. Alright, let's see. We are doing 2 of these, so... Let's get that. I wonder why they didn't use 1x5s. 1x5 right there. I don't know. So even with Lego Digital Designer, Bricklink Studio, it can still help to have parts in front of you, or, you know, accessible to do some testing before trying to do it in digitally, just because the programs can be finicky, and if you don't know exactly where you want something, it can be a little bit of a pain to try and test things out. I'm still full of pizza, Bahamut, but I appreciate the thought. I have pizza and garlic knots left over that will keep me fed for some time. 1x4, there and there. 1x1 plate. 1x1 plate. Alright. Now, 3x3s. What about dessert? Well, I do have some ice cream. Delicious, delicious Napoleon ice cream. Alright, then 2 half tiles. There we go. Alright, spare parts. Beige 1x1 tile, beige 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg. Alright, I need to check my connections to this stupid monitor that I just keep... Like, I just lightly tapped it and it decided to shut off momentarily. Like, I gotta have a loose cable or something. Alright, so we've got bag number 18 coming up. Let me just see how big that one is. Yeah, let's do one more. I said we'd 17 would be the end, but why did you go off, monitor? Stop it. Oh, I know, it's great. It's kind of disappointing when you only get one spare. We got so many spares with the Mini Knights castles. It was great. We got our rose windows. And put those up there. Clear 1x2 by 1 and 2 plates with side studs on 2 sides. That's pretty neat. Okay. Let's see. 4 of these guys. There we go. All right. We're doing 2 of these. Half arches. There we go. Get the full arch on top. There we go. All right. More side studs. That was right in there. I have not gotten that the Black Pearl. I might. I don't know. I do kind of want the black boat holes. I believe it has. Does it? Actually, it might not. I need to look at it again. If I don't get it, I don't get it. It's not going to be a huge deal. I like building Lego sailing ships, but it's not super high on my priority list. The thing that I want now is the Artemis rocket. That is our current goal. There we go. Okay, now some rail plates. Sad thing about the rail plates is I don't think they make the doors for them anymore, which is sad. Love those doors. Okay, side stud pieces. There we go. And then 1x2 tiles with center studs. Okay, and on the front, we get grill tiles. The some of the new Smart Play stuff has also been announced. I don't know that I'll get any of that. Almost certainly not any of the Star Wars stuff. I know they're going to be doing some city stuff, and I know they're going to be doing some like creator stuff. And I shall see about those when they actually get revealed. There we go. Get one window in. Make sure this is centered properly. There we go. At least as properly as I can get it. Yep. Go ahead and zoom in a little bit on those. They're pretty neat. Those are nice designs. Okay. I mean, if you take a look at the Star Wars Smart Play sets, not a rogue AI, you will see why I have zero interest in them. There we go. I mean, they're also just expensive. Like you're paying the premium for Star Wars. On top of that, you're paying for complex electronic components. And I'm good. Actually, nope, not those. I know, I'm just explaining why I'm not interested. Like the X-Wing fighter especially, I think looks bad. Like it looks really bad. Am I good in getting the Pokemon sets? Probably not. I don't like the look of the Pikachu. I don't think it looks right. And the Eevee's fine. Might consider getting that one, maybe. But I'm not a Pokemon person. I've never actually played a Pokemon game. I do like the really big set, but it's also really big and expensive, so yeah, the Pikachu is definitely off. I don't know why they didn't do something about that. Nope, don't go flying off. I think Eevee looks good, and the big 3 model one, whichever ones those are. I vaguely know the names, but I can't recall them right now. I think that one looks really good. You know, I feel bad for the Pokemon fans who really want that because it's so expensive, but it's also actually a really good deal. Like, despite it being so big, it has a really good price to part ratio. Like, really good. And that is one reason why I am tempted to get it. Retro request Pokemon Ruby. Alright, let's get that on there. Laugh at one of the Magic the Gathering sets they did is a Spider-Man set, and from your understanding, the set was the worst-selling set. Huh. Well, I mean, not every experiment works. Yeah, I haven't looked. I haven't paid too much attention to the other two, but the big one, I was like expecting that to be a terrible price per part ratio, but it's really good. I mean, for a licensed set that is that big, I think it's really good. When you look at the Star Wars stuff, it tends to be really bad. Well, Star Wars sets tend to be bad at that amount rather than really bad. I'll put it that way. The Smart Play stuff, I think, is really bad price per part ratio. We do have an ad just about to start. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that it's just like an issue of not as many Pokemon fans are interested in picking up the set. I mean, not Pokemon. Magic fans are interested in picking up the Spider-Man set. Coupled with not as many Spider-Man fans are interested in getting into Magic the Gathering. Like, that's the kind of thing that those end up doing is, you know, they're designed to bring in new audiences. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, last part here. Goes up front. Okay. So here we have the side so far. Looks really nice. I think it looks really, really nice. I like the big, the tile flooring. I like the red doors. Alright. So we might finish it next week. Yeah. I think next Wednesday we may actually end up finishing it. I'm not sure if I will start, like if I finish it up Wednesday, I don't know if I will start a new thing on Friday, or do small stuff. I will probably do small stuff just because that's kind of what my plan has been. But I may also have one that I could do in one stream. I'll have to look at that. But Very, very nice so far. Very, very nice so far. I'm really liking it. It's actually not as big as I thought it was going to be. I got a little bit deceived by the box art and thought it was going to be a little bit bigger. That's not a bad thing, just an aside. All right, let me go ahead and put that up there for the moment, because before we finish up the stream, we have some minifigs to do. Get that there. Get those, and let's see. Okay. So we've got a series. Oh, you know what? I forgot my dice. Shoot. Dang it. I knew I forgot something. All right, hold on just a moment. I will be right back. All right. So I got my dice. I knew I forgot something. All right. Let's pull out our Series 13. D6. All right, 3, so we're going down the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. D20, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So let's start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in. We do not have all of these. We are missing 11. That is the only one that we have not gotten. So let me go ahead and roll my d20 to see what that is suggesting. 12. So my dice are saying the Samurai Lady. 10 for Nadaroge, that is the Wizard. 5 for Bahamut, that is the Goblin Raider. 1 for Kyle, that is the Happy King. First guess is a Minotaur Lie Detector Test Administrator. Grasipson 13, that would be the Disco Diva. So go ahead and get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? You know, I was just realizing, I don't think they've done minifigs of Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, or Iron Fist. They should definitely do Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. You can barely see the minifigs on mobile. I'm not surprised. I'm not at all surprised. All right, we've got about 30 seconds remaining. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? I should get my timer all ready. There we go. Predictions are almost closed. Can't have Luke without his best friend forever, Iron Fist, or his wife, Jessica Jones. Not that that is their relationship in the Marvel TV shows. And Chromie Sweet going for 10. That would be the wizard as well. All right, predictions are closed. And go. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Can I feel something other than a head and torso and legs, please? All right, what do we got? That is of course the base. All right, seriously, that is legs. That is, what is that? That is something small. Oh, okay. 34 seconds exactly. We have the paleontologist lady. I felt a bone. She had a bone to pick with me. I picked the bone. See if that is correct. Yes, it is. All right. All right. So choose the outcome. That was 34 seconds, so 20 to 50 seconds. Complete that prediction. And who is getting the hams? Kinshir and Lord Canis getting all the hams. Bahamut going for within 20 seconds. Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. There we go. Let's see, she only has one face. This is before they were dual molding, so this is not dual molded, it is printed. The hair is printed. But it is a nice pith helmet and hat. I really do like that. A bone and an ammonite. We do not get an extra ammonite, unfortunately. That is disappointing. If I can get it onto her hand. Come on. Get it onto her hand. Alright, fine. She'll hold it that way. Howdy, Tozzerin. How's it going? Alright, let's go ahead and zoom in on her. So, nice face. I really like the pith helmet with hat. There's the ammonite fossil. And no back printing, but the torso printing is pretty nice. So, good minifig. Really good minifig. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Mark that one down. We got 2 of her. Okay. So, that is done. Next up, we have Series 10. We have opened a few of these. We got the Librarian, and we got the Bee-Girl, and we got the Colonial guy. We did some of this earlier when I was not focusing on one set. But there's still plenty to get. And there is a very, very small chance that Mr. Gold is in here. Extremely small chance. There were 5,000 of him made, and I think about 3,500 have been confirmed to have been found. But there's probably others that were found by, like, kids who didn't then record it on the internet. Oops, actually I need to start with D6. That'd be pretty awesome if I did. I doubt it, but alright, so column 1 and 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Alright, there we go. So, start the prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? So, where is Mr. Gold? Where is Mr. Gold? Wo ist Mr. Gold? O est Monsieur Or? Donde está Mr. Gold? Onde está o Señor Oro? Hol van Mr. Gold? Alright, let me go ahead and roll my D20. 1. Alright, so that is predicting the Librarian. We got a 2 from Bahamut. That is the Medusa Lady, which is the best minifig in the set, I think. 7 for Kyle. That is the Bee Lady. 6 for Grazipson. That would be the... I'm not sure if that guy's a parachuter or a bungee jumper. Might be a parachuter. Guess 2 is a Minotaur Carpentry Apprentice and a 5-star Leonin Apothecary. Alright, get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? And how quickly will I do so? Go ahead and reset my timer. So get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Now, I do know, like, he's got a top hat, so if I feel a top hat, that's a guaranteed one for Mr. Gold. None of the other minifigs have top hats in this set. Gorgon is a nice figure, yes. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. Alright, just a few seconds remaining. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? I really like the Revolutionary figure as well. I like that one. I like the Amazon Lady. Those are pretty good. And predictions are closed. Alright, and go. Alright, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What is that? What is that? I feel... Okay. 22.18. I believe we have the tomahawk-wielding Brave. Let's see if that is correct. Mr. Gold value? I have no idea. I haven't looked. I don't care. I mean, I would keep him if... I'd probably get a little box for him to be in. All right, that is the Brave. All right, the axe blade is soft plastic. Interesting. Okay, no back printing. It's really interesting to compare minifigs from like this long ago with the ones now. They've really upped the quality. So we've got a Mohawk warrior. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't sell him. There's also no way that I got him. I mean, the likelihood is incredibly low. It would not surprise me if the set has already been opened. and searched. I will double check to see the edging, you know, like the tape that sealed it. But all right, there we go. Ready to collect some scalps, indeed. Okay, I did mark him down. All right, and the final minifig set for the night is Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. Let me go ahead and get my scale out. I haven't gotten the animal costumes yet. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Sort them out, shake them up, that kind of thing. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, I forgot to choose the outcome. My bad. That was 22.18. Every time I get a new minifig, I almost always forget to do that. Let's see, who won? Anytime now, Twitch. Lord Canis and Grazipson getting the hams. Very nice. Bahamut going for within 20 seconds. Shield of Hope and Kinshir going for 50 to 60. And Lel Buddy going for no. Alright, so let's start a new prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig box? This time it is yes with guess, yes with die roll. Let me get my D12 ready. And then yes with wait, and then finally no. So we are currently looking for 1, 2, 3, 8, 11, and 12. So there are 6 remaining. So get your predictions in. 8 for Kyle's. All right, that would be Sun Spider. 2 for Bahamut, and that would be Spider Punk. Grazipson, you need to re-roll. We've already gotten Spider Bite, number 9. It's 1, 2, 3, 6, 11, and 12. Those are the ones that we have not gotten yet. A Minotaur Restoration Fund donor and a Leonin Ice Cream Creator Specialist. 3 for Grazipson, that would be Prowler. All right. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? And this time I will get my scanner ready for when we are done. Do not install now. Why are you asking to install an update now? Good lord. Stupid phone. Alright. Scanner's all ready. 20 seconds remaining. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? So I will shake it to make a guess. Then I will roll the die. Then we will weigh it. And then there's a possibility of getting it wrong. Well, I didn't really delay anything. Still have to wait for the timer to finish. And that is it. All right. Predictions are closed. Okay. All right, I'm going for number 3, Prowler. That is my guess. I'm hearing some extra pieces rolling around, I think. So we'll see about that. 12, so Werewolf Spider-Man is that guess. And let's go ahead and weigh it. 19 on the dot. What would be 19? I'm going to say Spider-Punk. That is going to be the weight guess. All right. Let us see what it is. That is Miles G. Morales, a Prowler. All right. So the guess was correct. Let's open it and verify. Okay, I did not hear that, but I thought I heard, I thought I heard the cylinder plate. All right, let's choose the outcome. That is yes with guess. Complete that prediction. Let's see, who is getting the hams? Bahamut and Grassupson getting all the hams. Very nice. Shield of Hope and Kinshir going for yes with die roll. Lord Canis going for yes with weight. And Lel Bunny going for no. All right. Go ahead and get the collar out. He does not have a double-sided face. Let's go ahead and get the collar on. Which is interesting. I don't know if I have a cape that matches its color. Which would be really neat. Kind of looks like a flower, though, at that, like that. He has giant fists. Which I think might be like Thanos fists. I don't know if there's a decoration in the center of this, what I assume is a record. Vinyl record. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that. What music do I have playing? This is all Europa Universalis and Victoria 2 music from Paradox. So that's the disc. Here's Prowler with his purple outfit. It looks like a backpack. He's got an interesting hairpiece. Like a pair of braids going back down back of his head. And here with his mask, which also has the hair on it. So, interesting minifig. I haven't watched Across the Spiderverse yet, so I don't know this character. But definitely getting the record is always nice. Interesting new hairpiece. And let's go ahead and mark him off. Alright, so that leaves Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Punk, Sun Spider, Web Slinger, and Werewolf Spider-Man. 5 remaining ones that we have not gotten yet. But that is going to wrap us up. I don't know that anyone that I follow is streaming right now. Let's see. All right. We will be back tomorrow for some more Spelljammer. We will be back on Monday for some more Dragon Quest II. We'll be back on Wednesday to continue and possibly wrapping up the Notre Dame Cathedral. Thought I'd gotten Werewolf Spidey? No. We got a different werewolf, I think, recently-ish. Maybe? I don't know. Oh yeah, the haunted house had a werewolf. Maybe you're thinking of that one. But we didn't get Werewolf Spider-Man yet. All right, but I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and I shall see you next time. See you then, everyone.